I cannot live my life for anyone else except for myself. And I have to really be honest and say, okay, what is the direction that I want to go? What is the direction that I think ultimately life is guiding me to because it's going to bring me joy? It's going to allow the core of who I am to come out and shine and play and be powerful in everything that I do and everything that I say. And at the same time, along that journey, am I actually doing the things in the moment that's going to help me get there? It's not just about the destination. It's actually way less about the destination. We create these stories in our head that once we get to a certain place, then we'll live the life that we want. And if we can just do these few things now, then we get to that place where we want to be. If we just grind over here and do some things that we don't want to do, then it'll get us to the place that we do want to do. And that's an old mentality. That's an old paradigm. It doesn't work. Hello and welcome back to Vessel of Light. My name is Sam, and today we are going to really just dive into some personal reflections, the current energies that are playing out, and I want to talk specifically about desire. Now, I tried to record an episode last week, so if you are one of my regular listeners or viewers, then you can give me some grace because I recorded an entire episode on mute. And although that was fun, I did not have the energy in me to try to do it again. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna let it be, take a week off, maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks, and just let everything settle as it is. I think that a lot is coming up right now, and I know I'm not the only one in that, but I feel like some big breakthroughs are happening for many of us. Things are breaking down in our lives, systems are breaking down in our external worlds, and the things that we did before are just not, they're just not working anymore, right? And so if you resonate with this, if you feel like this is happening within your own life, then maybe some of this will bring you a little bit of peace in your heart and also inspire you. And just to jump right in, I've basically been working with a mentor and coach for the last few weeks, and really what he teaches and is inviting me into is this idea of radical honesty and presence. And through that, when you get really, really curious, you get everything out through your voice, through your words, through all of it. You really put it out on the table with yourself and with everybody around you. You start just being completely honest. Then you get to see what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like, and start to build your life based on what you truly want, what you truly desire. And this question has come up a lot lately. And when I say lately, I mean forever, right? But strongly in the last couple of years is this idea of what do I want? And it's not a question that is easy to answer, right? I think for some people it's very clear. They have one path, they decide on the thing that they want, and then they go down that path and they keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into it. And ideally, that becomes the thing that they do, the thing that they share, the thing that they are just so called to really, let's say, embody in this life. And it's not the case for everybody. Sometimes that happens and you think that you know what you want until you go and get that thing, and then you realize, okay, maybe there's some things I don't love about this, and then you try something different, or you pivot, or you adjust some things along the way. And I think all of that is great. And what I'm coming to the realization of is that in my life, things have always been a little bit different. I've always felt a little bit different from most people. I've always wanted different things. I've always wanted a little bit more of a, let's say, radical or unconventional life. And, I think I've also let that get to my head a little bit of like, I can't be like everybody else, and I have to do, like, I have to rebel and I have to do things that are different. And, all of that might have a little bit of truth to it. But at the core, I just want to show people what it's like to live from a place of authenticity, from a place of true, actual passion, the thing that drives you. And ultimately, whenever I meet anybody, or whether you're somebody who I've just met or somebody who is more closer with me, more intimate, a deep friendship, let's say, or a family member, that I always try to push you to the best and highest version of yourself, because I just want nothing less. And what I've been realizing lately is that I've been trying and pushing and not really getting anywhere. And there's been a lot of resistance, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but I think as I'm starting to get really, really clear around what I want and also what I don't want, what's not working, then I've seen that there are many aspects of my life that I've tried to do because I thought it was the right thing to do, because it was what somebody else told me to do, or what I thought somebody else would want me to do, or something I tried on because somebody said it would work and this is the right way to do things. And so all of this has come from, let's say, if you listen to my last episode, you realize that you heard me say that there was a belief underneath all of it, underneath the whole journey, that I was broken, that I was not enough. And this is about that, but it's not really about that. So I just want to keep that as a framework of where I'm led into now, which is truly living my life for me on my own terms, and allowing myself to have the life that I truly want, not to sacrifice in anything or anyone, not to take other people's advice as my own or as something that is actually going to be the thing that I am meant to do, right? And so this comes with a big layer of trust that I've also been working on, where when we have to trust the words coming out of our mouth, thoughts coming through for us, we have to trust that those desires are actually not just something that is a small thing, but actually it's something that is a large thing. It's part of our purpose, part of our mission here. And that really comes from this deep foundation within yourself, this relationship with your own spirit and your own body, right? I've been talking a lot about the body. I've focused a lot of my time and my energy onto the body because I believe that it is a beautiful aspect of us that helps us get to the core of our truth. And it is the vehicle that we get to live in this life, right? So working with the body is a great way to get really clear on what it is that you want, what it is that is for you, and be able to weed out the noise a little bit. And I talk a lot about the mind, and really the mind can get very busy, but it's the ego that wants to convince us that there is fear or separation, and that somehow we should pick the safe route or the thing that logically makes sense, or it wants to figure everything out. So now it's going to ask everybody and everything around us, and outsourcing the intuition. And as I say these words, I'm talking directly to myself. So I want you to know I'm on this journey as well. And these are things that are hard truths that I have been working with, that I've been learning along the way. And I guess I'm kind of circling around the fact that I am starting to realize that I cannot live my life for anyone else except for myself. And I have to really be honest and say, okay, what is the direction that I want to go? What is the direction that I think ultimately life is guiding me to, because it's going to bring me joy? It's going to allow the core of who I am to come out and shine and play and be powerful in everything that I do and everything that I say. And at the same time, along that journey, am I actually doing the things in the moment that's going to help me get there. It's not just about the destination. It's actually way less about the destination because the destination isn't real. We create these stories in our head that once we get to a certain place, then we'll live the life that we want. And if we can just do these few things now, then we get to that place where we want to be. And if we just grind over here and do some things that we don't want to do, then it'll get us to the place that we do want to do. And that's an old mentality. That's an old paradigm. It doesn't work. I've tried it plenty of times. And I'm no longer willing to do that anymore. And so now, as I'm getting really clear, as I'm getting really honest with everyone around me, and especially in this moment, myself, then I get to ask, is this something that I actually want to do in the moment? Whether it's a big decision or a small decision, is this something that's going to bring me to my highest joy? Am I gonna laugh and play and love every minute of it on the way there? If the answer is no, I probably shouldn't be doing it. And of course, there's been a few things that have come up lately around like going to renew my driver's license and the mundane like things that we have to do in the society. So there are a few things that are like, okay, that's not necessarily the funnest thing to do, but how can we make it fun? How can we be able to play and laugh and enjoy on the way to that, right? And I think if the thing that we're doing, whether it be for a career or for our family or for whatever it is, if all the other aspects of our life are rooted in joy and in presence and in love, then the mundane things they don't tip us over. They don't like ruin our days because we know that ultimately it's just part of life. And so I just realized that I can't pour from an empty cup. I can't dream of a life that is so far away from me that I can't enjoy the right now. And it's been a hard lesson to learn, and I also think there's an aspect of me that wants to try and go and learn all of these things, all of these techniques, all of these, even the fascia and the Reiki and all of these things have brought me to a greater state of who I am and a wider set of tools that I get to help people with. But ultimately, I want to help you live the life of your dreams. I want to help you navigate your life now. I want to help you really, really awaken this sense of wonder and joy and power within you and really get you to be able to do the thing that you came here to do. I want to push you to be the best version of yourself. And that's part of my path, but it's also part of your path. And so when we allow ourselves to get really, really clear, really, really honest, and go towards that which we love, that which excites us, then everything else around us starts to shift. Our whole world starts to look differently. We attract different people, and we don't have to fight with life anymore. We don't have to do anything we don't want to do. And all of it is just a big game that we're playing here, where we remember and then we forget, and then we remember and then we forget. And we get caught in the fear that if we don't do this, then we can't get this. If we don't do this, we can't get that. If we don't do this thing, then we're not going to be able to feel loved or have the thing that we want or have the security or the house or whatever it is. Like, all of that is just part of this big, grand game, this illusion, and there are amazing manifestations of it, and I think that they're a really fun thing that we get to play with here. But if you're so centered in something that doesn't truly make you happy, then you're never going to be. And so many people try to tell me all the time that we don't come here to be happy, you can't be happy because life is suffering, and all of that like has some substance to it. I think There are hard things that we have to go through and we have to face them. We can't just ignore them. We got to be here with our emotions. But if you go towards the thing that brings you joy, love, and happiness, then all of the things that are quote unquote bad aren't going to be as bad, because you're just going to see them as part of this beautiful experience that we're here to live. And we get to be with it all and live from a very, very full place. It becomes the most beautiful thing that we could do, because you're already living a life that is fulfilling. And so what I've learned is that the body is always sending us these cues, sending us these sensations. And whether it's held on to them or not, it's talking to us right here, right now, so that we can really, really start to pay attention to where we're out of alignment. And I think that is why all of this has come to me, why I've learned all of these different techniques, why I've really understood that I had to come into the body. I had to bring all of this down here, all of me into my body, so that I could be radically present, so that I could be with it all. And when we really get to live that way, everybody else around us starts to also, including my cat here, also gets to have the excuse to live that way in their life. And you get to be a beacon of light, and you get to shine in the way that you are meant to shine. And again, I realize that all of that sounds so out there and so woo-woo, or like a dream, like a fantasy, or whatever it is. But it's no, like, we all just avoid it because we're too scared to go there. There's too much fear around what it takes to actually live that way. And I've met some people that are living that way. I met a lot of people in my journey that are actually living that way. And yeah, their life isn't easy like 100% of the time, but it's much better. It's much more fulfilling. And they have all these experiences that really give you this sense of adventure in their life, in my life. And I've seen all these synchronicities and being like, whoa, I literally have no idea what's going to happen next, and I'm like on the edge of my seat. And those are the moments that affirm to you, oh yeah, I'm doing this for a reason, because that's what this whole game is for. So yeah, that's a lot, but there's just some big realizations that are happening in me right now, and it's been a little bit hard to share because I think so much of it is still processing with me. I've been doing this thing where I awaken my fire within and like really let this, what my mentor calls the sacred rage, it's like all the anger and the frustration, let this like bubble up and burn and everything inside you that isn't supposed to be there. And it's like really empowering and also really uncomfortable, and you want to try to figure out what to do with it all. And I think I'm just trying to take a step back and just let everything play out as it will. And at the same time, I know that there's a really, really big change that's happening both within my internal world and also in the external world. And so if you're feeling this way, if you're feeling like there are some really, really big changes happening and you're not sure how to navigate them, or you don't know what's going to happen on the other side, I hear you. And also, I'm here for support. If you need anything, please reach out. And yeah, you don't have to do this alone. There are a team of people that are waiting to help you, myself included. And it's really, really cool to see some my mentor and some of these other guys are really, really creating a group where everybody comes and feels safe, and they get to actually be the full version of themselves. And it's something that I'm stepping more into and being able to be a part of every day. And it's giving me a place to land and actually be a version of myself that I truly, truly love and that I want to be. And as I'm going through all of this, it's just a really amazing time to open up a coaching program within me. And I know that I'm not perfect. I don't have it all figured out. I'm not going to pretend like I do, because I think that that would be lying to all of you. And so I'll be vulnerable in sharing that there are plenty of people that are above me or further along or whatever. And I've let that hold me down for a really long time, and like, oh, you're not ready, and there's still more to learn, and there's still all these things that you have to do, and you're not qualified enough. And all of that just simply isn't true. There are a million people out there who are just where I was 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever it is, that I am absolutely here to help, because I've devoted more of my time, my energy, and my money into self-development, growth, spiritual work, all of these things, embodiment. And I have a pretty wide range of tools, life experiences, and a pretty strong intuition to be able to help those people. So if you feel like you resonate with this and you are looking for some support, just reach out. I will be able to get you to where you need to go, or send you to the people that will. And again, I think that there's something really big that's birthing in all of us, and also falling away and kind of dying. It's the both hand situation. So we're here, we're holding it down. It's a process that we all get to go through, and we chose to be here through all of it. So yeah, I love you so much. Thank you for just witnessing my journey. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable and share, as always, for the patience that you have, and for all the gifts that you bring to the table. We want you here, living fully. And yeah, I'll just leave it there. If you need anything, please reach out. I'm here, I'm open, and I will see you next time. Have a beautiful day.